Hello, hello, hello. Hey, everyone. Merry Christmas. I wanted to start by saying Merry Christmas to everyone. Yes, we have about what, 3 more days before Monday, the big day. One of my favorite holidays of the year for so many reasons. It's been a minute. I wanted to take the time and send you guys some warm wishes, um, and let you know I've been thinking about you a lot. I know it's been a minute since I've recorded on the podcast, but to be honest with you, sometimes you just need a little time to yourself, a little time just to, gather your thoughts, go through whatever you're going through, um, deal with life. And it can be a lot sometimes for all of us, but it is a pleasure and an honor to be here with you guys today. Once again, Merry Christmas to you all. Um, it's been a lot going on with me, to tell you the truth. It's been a lot. And I'm glad about it. I'm happy about it. I'm still here in spite of still doing well. My family is doing good. I actually, to be honest with you guys, I celebrate the holidays a little early. Coming from a retail background, when I was in retail management and spent like 20 plus years in that, I always purchase my gifts and things like months out. Like I started right after my birthday in August, started getting Christmas gifts for family and friends. And hold on, I want to pause and let you know the music that you hear behind you, the Christmas music. I do not own the rights to it. I'm just playing Christmas music. Me and my husband play Christmas music. Like the 7 days before Christmas, we play it every day about 2 to 4 hours just to kind of, set the stage. And it's good to hear. You only get to hear it once a year, so we just play it a lot and we enjoy that. So that's the music you're hearing in the background. Once again, I do not own the rights to this music, but it is playing on Pandora, and I'm listening to Pandora through my Alexa, and we're enjoying it. So anyway, back to what I was saying. It's good to be here once again. You guys see me in a turtleneck. Yes, I have festive nails for the holidays, the gold, red, and white for the holidays. Anyway, this is me in my festive attire for you guys. Normally, when you do see me recording, I'm in a tank top or white beater or something. I just said, let's give them a little festiveness. Let's give them, I love black. Black is one of my favorite colors. And just so you guys know, black, white, green, are my favorite colors. And blue. Blue is starting to be a favorite color. That's my husband's favorite color. But I'm always buying him something in blue or getting him something in blue. And I've started buying myself things in blue. And I'm like, hey, I kind of like this color. It looks good on me. So I'm fortunate that I have one of those skin tones that can wear anything. And I thank God and my parents for that. By the way, my parents are doing really good. Both my mom and dad are doing good. It was good to hear from them. My mom, just so you know, my mama's boy. I talk to my mom almost every day. Yes, almost every day. And it's good to be back home in the South, and we're not that far away from each other. When I say we're not that far, from me, she's driving distance from me, like a good hour and a half. And we can get there pretty good. And it's getting to the point now. The last time we saw my mom, it was so funny. My husband, like my mom, loves my husband. She loves him. She pat him on the shoulder and rub him on the shoulder and all that stuff like that. Those are her. And now that she's older, she's a lot more affectionate than when we were growing up. When me and my siblings were growing up, I think it took some maturity. I don't know. And some great grandkids and grandkids for her to get more affectionate, but. However, my mom is a lot more affectionate now, and my husband was like, "We need to go see your mom." I was like, "Yeah, you're right. It's time for a visit." And I had to go check on some property that I have there. So we stopped by early to see her. Then we had to go to the property and take care of some things there. Anybody that owns property understands you have to put your eyes on it and go check on some things, repair some things, and fix some things, etc. So we stopped by, and she was like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Yeah, it's good to see you guys." She hugged us. We talked for a while, and then I saw she was moving around doing things. She said, "Well, I'm gonna cook a little breakfast for y'all. You got time to eat breakfast?" I said, "Well, no, we kind of grabbed something on the way." I said, "We just got to get over to the house, and do some work over there. She's like, okay. She said, well, make sure you stop back by. I said, oh yeah, Mom, I will. We're not gonna run into town and not see you and not spend any time with you and my sisters. Um, so anyway, so we went and did what we had to do over at the house, and we came back to Mom's house. Why did she cook like a 4-course meal? Like, we got there, she's like, okay, come on in, wash your hands, and come on and sit at the table. She done pulled out the Christmas child and all that stuff like that. And she was just like, had plates and the play sets, all that stuff set and everything, glasses, Christmas glasses. We were sitting there, Charles and I, and we were like, okay, oh my God, Mom, you did a lot. Why did you do all this? That's what she does for her people she loves. She cooks, because my parents are amazing cooks. My mom more so than my dad. My dad's a great cook for a man, but he doesn't outcook me. But my mom is the cook of the cooks of the cooks. So anyway, I mean, working at a nursing home for almost 30-some years as a dietitian and head cook, you kind of learn a little bit. So anyway, so we were sitting at the table, and she had things on the table and on the side of the cabinets and stuff, dishes and stuff, and she was just grabbing dishes and handing it to us to put in our plate, how much we wanted or whatnot. And then I'm like, she kept pulling pots and dishes and out of the stove. I'm like, Mom, what the hell did you not cook? It wasn't what she cooked, it was what she didn't cook. So I learned where I got it from, my cooking, because we're used to cooking for a big family and having enough to eat the next days. So anyway, Mom fed us. We ate. Like, we ate. Then she's like, okay, how was everything? We're like, Mom, it was good. As always, it was good. But I don't know, it's just my mom's cooking. Every time I think I try a dish for her, dishes from her, it gets better and better. And I know I'm partial because that's my mom, but sometimes it's just something about getting that home cooking from your mom, from your family. And it's amazing. So anyway, so that was the way that she spoiled us. And she's like, okay, good. And then she would sit down and nibbling and eating with us. So we finished. She said, okay, well, let me get on up and start packing this stuff up for you guys, because you're going to take all this home. She said, I cooked it for y'all. It's going home. I mean, literally, she had, what is she? Pot roast. She had a whole pot roast. She had collard greens, black-eyed peas, cornbread, pasta salad, and more stuff. That's all that I can think of at the top of my head. She was cooking. That lady put her foot in everything. It was so good. So anyway, we had so much food, we had enough for like 3 or 4 days afterwards. So we got home, we were exhausted because we had to do physical labor. Charles and I, we both work from home using our hands and all that stuff. When we do physical labor, it wears us out. Now, I can speak for me. Charles, for his age, is in amazing shape at 61. I'm in pretty good shape to be 46, but let me tell you, I'm glad I do those workouts and stuff I do during the day, because it wore my butt out. And then I had an asthma attack on top of it. Anyone that knows that I have allergies and asthma really bad, to the point where I have to do inhaler, Flonase, take medication, all of that. Anytime I go into a space that has been not aired out or whatnot, it can cause an attack, and it did, or smell of overpowering fragrance or whatnot. So I was literally sitting there working with my mask on, and listen to me, I forgot my inhaler at home. That is so not like me, but I forgot my inhaler at home. So Charles was like really watching me, like, babe, sit down, keep drinking water, keep taking deep breaths, keep breathing in, breathe it out. So he's sitting there working and watching me. I'm literally like having to step away, sit down, take a breath, and try to pull up some things and throw things away and all that stuff. So anyway, we made it through it. It was a great visit. We got to see my mom, my sisters, and all of that stuff. And I got to realize, I was like, I knew I was tall, but I'm the tallest sibling in my group. Well, out of my sibling. Then I have nephews that are taller than me, that are like, I'm 6 feet. I got nephews that are like 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", tall. Even my niece herself, Sky, is kind of tall. Like, Sky is like a good 5'10". They all play sports in high school, so very tall. My dad's side of the family are extremely tall people. However, my mom's side, they're very short people. They're so sweet. I love them because they're short and they're stocky, and you can just hold on to them and hug them. But I was sitting there looking, I was between my sisters. I was like, oh my God, I'm tall as hell. Like they were sitting there hugging me and their head was like right here. It was so funny. But it was amazing. Anytime that I get to see my family, I love it. Then I got this phone call from my dad that was so funny. We haven't talked in a minute. When I say a minute, almost a year. But he called me. He been wanting to talk to me. He called me and he was like, "Oh my God." He was like, "Nathaniel Jr., I know you are from Alabama. I know you know because I don't get to see him that often. I don't go to see him, to be honest with you. I don't go to see him that often. Give me a moment. Because I'm from the upbringing and I was taught that a relationship is two ways. If I'm doing all the calling and the seeing and the checking on you and the thinking of you and all that, that's a very one-sided relationship. And that's how our relationship was. And as I got older, I was like, let me pull back because he needs to do better. And I communicated that to him. I said, I don't have a problem having a relationship with you, Dad, but my energy, my time is very important to me. And if I'm spending my time calling you, checking on you and all of that, and you don't reciprocate, I cut that real quick. I don't care who you are. I cut that because that's a waste of time for me. He got that. It took him a year to get it, but he got it. I stood my ground, stepped back, and allowed him to call me, and he did. And when he did call me, I was busy. He went to voicemail. I said I'd give him a shout out the next day, and I did. I called him. I talked to him. He called me actually. Excuse me. He called me actually, and I returned this. I opened up. We started dialect, and we went on, and he was like, "Oh my God, you moved back here, and I literally don't even see you." I was like, "I know." I said, "I know." I said, "I don't see you either." Because once again, relationships are two ways. I was taught. So if you're busy, I'm just as busy. If you can't talk, I can't talk. If life is a lot for you, it's a lot for me too. If you're working doubles and triples and all that stuff, I am too. You give what you get with me. I'm at this point in my life now where I don't go out my way to try to accommodate people when they're not doing the same thing. So, but anyway, back to the conversation. It was funny actually. He was like, "Oh my God." He was like, "You have a dad?" I was like, "Yeah, you." I was like, "Did you forget that, Dad?" He was like, "No, I'm trying to remind you." He said, "Because you don't reach out, you don't check on me, you don't anything." I said, "I sure don't." I said, "You're absolutely right." I said, "Because going back to this last conversation that we had, I told you it can be only as great and as good as we make it. And if you're not putting forth the effort, I'm not either. Not either. Love you, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it." So, but we went on and talked for a brief moment, but it was funny just to hear his voice. Because at this age, I have a lot of people that I know that have lost their parents, and the fact that mine are still here and I get to hear their voice, I celebrate that. I get happy about